Hey guys, welcome back to the fourth part of this series. So in this part I'm going to be getting the data from our crypto API, and I'm going to be passing it using Swift.json, and yeah, I'll just be doing this. So let me just show you guys what we can do. What we're going to do is, first I will just get the data. So the way we do that is we can go to the crypto API, and if we find the coins and then we go to the ID, so this is just the base statement, and this isn't actually the one we're going to be using. The one which we're going to be using is the coin ID history, since we need to get 5 dates so that we can have 5 different ones. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is execute this, and we will just see whether this works. Okay, so you can see this is working all fine, and now what we're going to do is we're going to test out the coin ID history one. So if we give in, let me try it out. If I give in Bitcoin again, and this time we'll give in the date like the 30th of the 12th, 2017, and if we execute this, you can see we get all this, and let's just see if I can find the price. Let's go to USD. It's 13,000, so that seems about right for back in 2017. So what I'm going to do now is use this and get the data which we want. So this is our request URL, and I'm going to go into here, and in the search button, actually first what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new variable called var, and I'll just call this timeFrame. And by default I'll set this to 5 years. So this is when it's in 5 years. I'll just set timeFrame is equal to 5 years, and for all these other ones I'll just set it to 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, and 1 week. Okay, so now what we can do is when this search button is clicked, we can actually just get it. So for the first example, I'm just going to do if timeFrame is equal to 5 years, but then we'll add in the rest after we've done this. So what I have to do is I'm actually going to create the Json string first, URL, so let URL equals URL, and then we'll just copy that, put that in there, like that, and now you can see we need to get the ID, when this is where, if I just do this, this is where we get our search text field stuff. So search text field dot text, and in the view did load I can actually just set this to Bitcoin just to make sure that we don't end up having nothing there. And then for the date, what we can do is we have to create a date and then format it. So let date, actually let's just say we are going to have to create 5 dates because we're going to need to get it 5 times, so that we can do that. But for now let's just get 1 date. So let's I'll just call it current date equals date, and then let's create a date formatter. So let formatter equals date formatter, and let current date string is what we're going to put into here, since it needs to be this specific format. Current date string is equal to formatter dot string. Oh, actually I should probably set the formatter format dot date format is equal to, so we have day, I think it's month, but I don't know if it's capital M or lowercase m. I guess we'll find that out later. So day, month, and then year, and then dot string from current date. Okay, so this is the variable which we're going to put into here. So if I just close that, I put that in like that, this is now a URL. So first what we can do is, I guess I'll just print this URL to check that it's working correctly. Let's just check. Let's just provide a default value for this. So or I could just force unwrap it, I think. Let me see if that works. Yep, okay. And I'll just see if this is giving anything, so let me run that again. And I'll click the search button. You can see it gives us this, so 9th of the 9th of the 2021, and Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's already in there. Okay, so that's good. Now what we can do is we can just get this data using URL session. So URL session dot shared dot data task. I think it's with URL and then URL, and we'll just open it up. Create data response. Oh my God, I can't type. Response and error, and I'll just leave that. It's a little complicated, so like that. Error. Oh my, what am I doing? Oh my God. Data response error. Let me just get that and that. Okay, and in. Okay, and now inside of here, let me just build this to make sure this works. Oh, this needs to be unwrapped. Okay, now that it's worked, we can get the JSON string. So let JSON string is equal to string data, and then this is the data we just got. Since we need to convert this back into a string, it's encoding .utf8, since this would have been encoded. So we can try and print this JSON string now to just make sure everything's working, and it should just give us this big long JSON string. I'll click search. Oh, I wonder if it's still loading. Oh, I know what I've done. I haven't resumed it here. There we go. Okay, now let's try this again, because I was wondering why it was taking a bit long. But yeah, okay, so I'll click search, and yep, there we go. So here's the big JSON string, and you can see it's got all the prices here, I believe. Yep, there we go, USD 46,000, that's the current price. So now what I can do is I can just pass this data using SwiftUJSON. So let JSON data is equal to JSON string dot data. So I'm converting it back into data. I think I do have to force unwrap this over here, so I'll just do that, data, and since we use .utf8, okay, there we go. I'm just converting it into JSON string and then back into data just to keep it simple. And now I can put this in a do catch loop to make sure we don't crash the app in case something goes wrong. Catch, and I'll just print there was an error, and here in a do, we create the JSON equals try JSON data, and then the data is the JSON data. Alright, there we go. So now, oh, let me unwrap that as well. Okay, so now if I just go to this SwiftUJSON screen, you can see we can navigate through this using these brackets. So if I go back here and I just try and find the thing, so you can see it's in market data, then current price, and then we have to go to USD. So we can do that by just printing JSON, and then we'll do market data to get into this, and then it's that was just some HTML stuff, current price, and then once we're inside current price, we can just go to the USD section. So you might be wondering why I'm not using codables and why I'm using SwiftUJSON, and that's simply because I don't want to have to write out all of this stuff. It will just take too long, so it's quicker just go to the individual keys, since all we need is the USD value. So now if I print this, we should be getting not 13,000, the current price of Bitcoin, which is like 46,000. Let's click search, and yeah, there we go, we get our number. So now what we can do is we're gonna have to repeat this a couple of times so that we get all the dates which you want. So what I can do is, if time frame is equal to 5, so I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to make this a bit more efficient. So I'm gonna put this formatter at the top, and then I'm going to create a list of dates, so we can have a bunch of dates. So what I can do is I'll just create a list, let date list equals list of dates, and then inside of here I'm actually going to have to use the calendar, since we need to minus like 5 years. So we'll have one for 5 years, or one for 4 years, one for 3 years, one for 2 years, one for 1 year, and then one for the current date, which is 5. So I have to do calendar.current.date, and then by adding .year to the current date, which is just that, and then we also have to add in here a value. So the value on this first one is going to be 0, and actually if I just do let date 1 equals calendar, like that. So this is our first date, this is the current date, and then I just want to add 5 of these. So let date 2, and this is going to be -1, and then let date 3, date 4, date 5, and it's going to be date 3, 4. Okay, so now we're going to have it spanning 4 years back. And now if we add all of these into the date list, we have date 1, date 2, date 3, date 4, and date 5. And now we can just loop through this list, and we can just get this. So for date in date list, let current date string, and then I'll just copy and paste all of this, put it inside of this. So let current date string is equal to formatter.string from date, and instead of just printing it here, I should probably unwrap this, we'll just force unwrap it there. Instead of printing it here, actually we can print it here, so I guess I'll just print the current date string, and then I'll print it under, but then we'll also have to create an object. Click search, okay, and then we can see the current date 46,000, last year 10,000, the year before that, wait, oh, okay, they're not in the right order, but we can sort that out in the next episode. So this year, and then 2018 it was 6,000, 2017 it was 4,000, then 2019 it was 10,000 again. Okay, so actually, to be honest, I don't need to put this inside of this time frame one. All I really need to do is put that in there, and then I just need to create it out here. That date list is equal to this. Just have to specify that it's full of dates, and then I can just leave that. Oh, why is this become a problem? Oh, that's why. Whoops. Let's see if it works now. Oh, and we also need to put the formatter outside. So basically, all I'm gonna do. Oh my god, there's so many issues. It's mainly just like not even issues. Oh, just let me take a while. Okay, like that. Sorry this is taking so long. I'm just. Oh my god. Expected type. Alright, day. Oh my god, I don't even know what the problem is anymore. Is that. What? What is going on? Cannot convert type date expect type array date. What's going on here? Wait, let me just check what type this is. Yeah, this is a date, so do I have to force unwrap it or something? Oh, there's so many issues, and it's just date list. It's just a series of dates, and then can't convert type. I don't understand. Because all I really want to do is just add these in. So actually, what I can do is I can just convert this into a string and then add that in. Okay, yeah, that's probably a better idea. So what I'll do is I'll just loop through these. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is make that a array of strings, and then I can just add it in like this. So date list dot append formatter dot string from date 1. And I know this probably isn't the best way, but you know, it's probably the easiest way. Okay, and finally now I can just keep on doing this. So okay, and I'll change this to date 1, date 3, date 4, date 5, and finally I'll just leave that like that, wherever current date was. Okay, so there we go. Sorry for that minor inconvenience. Oh, no. Okay, and okay, I think that's all of the problems. Okay, there we go. So now if I just run this, we should be getting the same things, and you see it's in slightly different order each time, but that's just because the API is taking different amounts of time to return the data. But yeah, now we have the data. So what I can do now is up here I can create a variable, and this is gonna hold the date object. So var date, and I also have to create a struct down here. So this is going to be a date object, and it's just going to have let date, which is going to be a date, and it will also be a it will also have a value. So this will just be a int USD value. I'll make an int, and then I can just say that this is a array of date objects. Okay, and now we can all just add this in. So every time we can just add in, we'll have to reset it here though. So dates is equal to empty array, and then here I can just append it. So dates dot append date object, and I'll just do date, and this is just going to be actually date can be a string, since it's actually just the date over here, which is a string. So I'll just add that in there, and then USD value. So this is just this, but as an int. So I probably have to force unwrap it. Or maybe I'll just, to be honest, I'll just leave it as a string, because otherwise it's too much confusing work. So I'll just leave that there, put that in there. Now what's happened? Dot raw value. Oh no, that's true. Self. Oh, okay. Yep. And okay. So now I know this is taking a really long time, but I think that is it. So now all we're gonna have to do is just add these in for the separate time frames, and then we should be done. So sorry that this episode took a tiny bit longer than all the others, but this was probably the most complicated episode. The next one is just displaying this data on the screen. So that shouldn't be too hard. Let's clean this up a little bit. Yeah, okay, so let me just print all of these now, and I'm just going to clean up this code a little bit so that it's always a good idea to clean up your code in case you need to like use it later and things. Okay, so if I just print this at the end of this, print and then dates. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna print correctly, but we'll see. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I think I have to do dot string value. And click search, and yeah, it doesn't work here because this is in a API, so we have to wait until this is done. But if I put that in here, and in the future one, I'll put this in dispatch queue to tell it to reload once this is finished loading. But yeah, that'll be in the next video. So you can see at the end of this we have all 5 dates, and yeah. Okay, so now finally what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to repeat this. So else if time frame was equal to 1 year, then I'll just copy all of this, but instead of it being dot year -1, we'll just do dot month, and then it'll be value dot -2 -4 -4 actually we'll have 6 so that it's easier. So we'll have 6, and then we can have finally another one just so it's like that. Now we can have so -2 -4 -6 -8 and -10. Okay, there we go. And now what we're going to do is we just have to do 5 years, 1 year, 6 months, time frame is equal to 6 months, and for 6 months I'll just keep it as 6 as well. So instead of -2, I'll just leave this as -1 like that. And else if time frame is equal to 1 month, I can just do that as 4, so the 4 weeks in a month. And I'll just add in 4. So I take away these 2 and take away those 2, and instead of, I'll just make it week, or I'll just do weekday, I guess, dot day, and then I'll just do value 0. So for day, if it's -1 week, -2 weeks, and -3 weeks, and I guess I could add one more, since then it'll be a bit more even. Okay, this is almost done. So day, and then I'll just make this -28. Okay, and the final one, which is else if time frame is equal to 1 week, so 1 week, and I'll just do -1 -2 -3 -4, and probably have to add in more, so I'll just add in the date 6 -5, and I'll just do it up to -6, so it's not too many, but at the same time there's not too little. Okay, so that should be it. Sorry if this video was extremely long, but this is the most complicated video. So if I just search this up normally, you can see this is 5 years. If I select 1 week and then do it again, you can see there are 7 things. Yep, you can see here. I don't think it's reset it. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Don't reset it there. Reset it in there. And let me try this again. So if I searched up for 5 weeks, 5 years, you can see it goes for the past 5 years. 1 week. Let's search it up there. You can see it goes for the past 1 week. They're just in different dates because, you know, wait, 6, and then I don't know why there's 2 of those, but you know, 6 months, and then 09, 04, 07, 05, 06, 08. So yeah, they're just in a bit of a weird order, but they do work, I think. Yep. So yeah, this is now what we have now. We have all the data, so in the next one we're just going to be showing this. And I guess what I could also do is add in the search function in here, but I'll do that another day. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a future tutorial. Bye!